Welcome back to Coin Collector's World, the place where small pieces of metal turn into stories worth more than gold. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about, mysterious, and valuable coins in American history, the United States of America Washington Quarter Dollar 1965 with no mint mark. At first glance, this coin might seem like just another quarter, something you'd use to buy a soda, pay a parking meter, or toss into a wishing fountain. But hidden beneath its simple design lies a story of a massive change, a government crisis, a minting mistake, and a coin so rare that it has become a legend in the world of collectors. So, buckle up, because what you're about to hear might just make you start checking every quarter you own. Let's rewind the clock all the way back to 1965, a year that changed American coinage forever. In the early 1960s, silver prices were climbing higher and higher. As a result, the public realized that the silver inside their coins was worth more than the coins themselves. So what did people do? They started hoarding silver coins, especially dimes, quarters, and half dollars. This caused a national shortage of coins in circulation. Businesses were struggling, vending machines were empty, and the U.S. Mint was under pressure like never before. To fix this problem, the U.S. government made a historic decision: to remove silver from everyday coins. Before 1965, quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper, giving them a bright shine and a distinctive ring when dropped. But starting in 1965, the composition was changed to a copper-nickel clad coin, a copper core sandwiched between two nickel layers. This gave the quarter a duller look and a different sound, but it kept the coins affordable to make. However, the transition wasn't smooth. The mint was working day and night to produce millions of new quarters to meet public demand. In the chaos, something extraordinary happened. A few leftover silver planchets from 1964 got mixed into the new 1965 production. That means a small number of 1,965 quarters were accidentally struck on 90% silver planchets, even though the new design was supposed to be copper-nickel. These rare minting mistakes are called transitional errors, and they are among the most prized finds in U.S. coin history. Imagine, a coin that wasn't supposed to exist, a rare accident from a year of change. Now, let's talk about one special detail that makes this coin even more interesting: the no mint mark. If you look closely at the front of a 1965 Washington quarter, you won't find any mint mark. No small d for Denver, no s for San Francisco, just a clean, simple design. That's because during this time, all 1965 quarters were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't use mint marks at that time. So the absence of a mint mark is completely normal for this coin, but when combined with a silver planchet, it becomes the ultimate collector's dream. So how can you tell if your 1965 quarter is the rare silver version? There are a few ways. First, check the edge. Regular 1965 quarters will show a copper-colored band around the edge, since the coin has a copper core. But the silver version will have a solid silver-colored edge with no trace of copper. Second, weigh the coin. A normal copper-nickel quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, while the silver version weighs around 6.25 grams. That slight difference may seem small, but it's a huge clue for collectors. Third, look at the color and shine. Silver quarters tend to have a brighter, more silvery appearance, while clad coins look slightly grayer and duller. If you ever find one that matches these signs, congratulations, you might be holding a life-changing coin in your hands. Now let's talk about the history behind this design. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The obverse features the familiar portrait of Washington by sculptor John Flanagan, while the reverse shows the American bald eagle, a symbol of strength and freedom. Even after decades of design changes, the Washington quarter remains one of America's most iconic coins, but among all those millions of quarters, the 1965 transitional silver era stands as one of the rarest. Why? Because it represents a moment in history: the shift from silver to base metals, the changing economy, and the mint's desperate rush to keep up with national demand. It's not just a coin, it's a piece of American history frozen in time. Now imagine this: you're going through an old jar of coins that your grandparents kept. You pick out a few 1965 quarters, and one of them looks a bit shinier, feels slightly heavier, and has that unique silver ring when dropped on a hard surface. You take it to a coin shop or get it graded by professionals like PCGS or NGC, and they confirm it's a 1965 silver planchet error. Just like that, an ordinary coin worth 25 cents becomes a collector's treasure, and you become part of numismatic history. There are only a handful of these coins known to exist, and they've sold for jaw-dropping prices at auctions. Collectors around the world compete to own one, because each coin tells the story of a nation in transition, a mint under pressure, and a rare accident that turned into a masterpiece. It's amazing to think that in 1965, when people were complaining about the loss of silver in their coins, no one knew that the mint's small mistake would one day create million-dollar treasures. Every coin has a story, and this one story is truly remarkable. So, if you ever come across a 1965 Washington quarter with no mint mark, take a closer look. Weigh it, inspect it, and listen to its sound. Because hidden in that small, shiny disc might be the key to an incredible discovery, a once-in-a-lifetime find that could change everything you thought you knew about pocket change. And now, for the grand moment, the value. A genuine 1965 Washington quarter with no mint mark, struck on a silver planchet, authenticated and graded in pristine mint state condition, has been valued at a breathtaking $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. One single quarter worth $1 million. So keep your eyes open, coin hunters and history lovers. That forgotten jar of coins, that old drawer, that dusty collection in your attic, it might just be hiding a piece of American history worth a fortune. Thank you for watching Coin Collector's World, where every coin has a secret and every story has a sparkle. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more incredible tales of hidden treasures, rare coins, and unbelievable discoveries. Who knows? The next $1 million coin might be sitting right in your pocket, waiting for you to notice it.